My major service learning component that I've done is with Girls Inc. And I really like the environment there and working with all of these really fun, crazy girls. And I knew that they needed help with other kind of programs, so I just kind of jumped into it and it was really fun.
Part of what we do at Girls Inc. and part of why I love my job is I think of what we do as women helping girls every day. In that we get to work with, in this very intensive and holistic way, girls from across our community.
My major thought of going there was that I could kind of be a role model to them. I kind of went in thinking that I want to be the person that I didn't have when I was younger, the person that was yes, you can be a scientist, you can explore all these different science fields, and there's no reason why you shouldn't be, even if you don't plan on continuing that as a career. If it's just a general interest, it's something that you can do.
She has been a wonderful influence at Girls Inc. She came to us 2 years ago and served as a program instructor. During that time, she really connected well with the girls, seemed to really enjoy her experience. And during the school year, she was making plans for summer and asked if we had employment opportunities. So we were able then to snag her for our summer program, which is a much more intensive program where we're with the girls for 10 hours a day.
I'm going into genetic counseling as my master's program. So with the counseling part, I need to have diversity of people and communities that I've worked with. And I need to have that factor of, oh, I've worked with this person who doesn't have the same background as me, and I need to be able to relate to them to be able to do that counseling that is needed. I'd say some of the most rewarding things are seeing the small changes that you can make and seeing just the individual impacts on people, like doing a science of bubbles experiment with Girls Inc. got them to be wanting to know how everything works. So it's just those very small things that can make a huge impact.
Through the Boys and Girls Club, I actually work with the Core Zone Latino students, and that specifically is directed towards integrating culturally diverse activities. We work with them, we act as mentors. I don't know, we're just kind of like a big family. We are actually called Youth Associates. We work especially with the kids. We basically just provide a safe environment for them to come to. We act as, their safe haven place. They feel comfortable around us, and sooner or later, they start loving us, and we love them back. So,
with Cheyenne's experience, and also with her, she has a lot of good common sense. She's a very, very engaging and thoughtful person. So she was going to work in the Boys and Girls Club 3 to 6 on Friday afternoons, and she has become kind of a liaison for us now between the Boys and Girls Club kids and with our Corazon Latino kids.
The most rewarding part is just getting to know them. I've had a lot of connections with a lot of them, and some of them, you only come in one day a week and they still get really excited when they see you, and that's something that's, heartwarming. The most challenging is kind of hearing their background, where they come from. Not a lot of these kids have a whole lot of, love. They struggle, and it's hard for them to know that they struggle. So when they talk to you, you can just see the pain in their eyes. So that's kind of hard.
Somehow, at only 18 years of age, has acquired a lot of wisdom about dealing with children and about her own values. So that's been a very special gift to us this year, and we so much appreciate the work she does.
It's just giving back to the community. You get to do something that you really like, and you get to work with a lot of different cultures and diversity.
I was working with Spanish-speaking students in schools. So what that meant was I go and I help students that it's their first, second, maybe even third year in the U.S., so they don't speak English perfectly. They have a hard time in a lot of their classes, especially older students. They just have a hard time knowing what's going on, so they have a hard time doing well in their classes. So I'm there to kind of ease that transition and help translate and help the teacher figure out what the student needs and help the student figure out what she needs to do for the teacher.
Caitlin was a great volunteer for 2 reasons. One reason is that she's so passionate about bilingualism and language and learning language and sharing language and really fostering that pride and excitement with the students. And the other thing is that she's a great, she's an independent, very creative, reliable volunteer. It really helped the kids see the value in being bilingual and being able to read and understand both Spanish and English. And it really helped them get excited and have pride about their culture as well.
My goal right now is to go through dental school and keep up with my Spanish and be able to help Spanish-speaking people, probably in this area, just get that kind of dental care. For one of my classes, we had to interview a Spanish speaker, and one of the biggest things that she said about coming here that was really hard was that she didn't know how to do anything. She couldn't talk to anybody, and there was such a judgment about her speaking Spanish and being from, a Spanish-speaking country, that it was so difficult to get any kind of care, any kind of help with anything. So I want to be able to help with that and make that easier and just help people.
I took a job with service learning through IU East over the summer, and I did my work at the Wood House, which is a transitional house for women coming out of criminal justice system, prisons or rehabs. I've always been interested in the criminal justice system, particularly in rehabilitating offenders back into society and helping them reintegrate and make something better out of their lives and lower recidivism rates and just help them kind of overcome all their obstacles and reach their full potential and not be what society would label a criminal.
Service learning involves going out to the community and applying the knowledge you learn in the classroom. That could be anything from cultural anthropology to physics to writing. So it really offers opportunities for students in any course or any discipline to apply that knowledge in the community to help on service projects that are needed and to reflect on that experience and gain from that.
I originally wanted to work with like in probation or parole, but the more I've gotten into my minor and talking with people in the field, I see that the caseloads for probation and parole officers are enormous, and I don't think I could do the work that I would want to in that type of role. So being at the Wood House really showed me how much more hands-on and more in-depth you can get and how much further you can reach these people when you're not keeping track of how they're doing and having to fill out all this paperwork and things like that. I really wasn't sure what I wanted to do, but after working at the Wood House, it just kind of opened up something inside me and kind of planted the seed in my head that, this is a really interesting field going into transitional and halfway house work, and just seeing how art therapy can really bring out things within people